This week, we are reviewing a very special game. It is a brilliant piece of science fiction in which the gravitational constant of the universe is actually much, much lower. We call this game Motorbike. It's by baKno Games, and it's built on the Unity. You can pick it up for $4 on Steam, or what was it again? 75 cents on the Android Marketplace?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 75 cents.
75 cents on the Android Marketplace. And like I said, it is a science fiction game in which the gravitational constant of the universe is completely different value, and it plays with how that affects life on Earth. And of course, with all games like this, they must face the one true authority, the Chairquisition. One chair means that it's shit, 2 chairs means that it's meh, 3 chairs means that it's pretty good, and 4 chairs means that it's, wait for it, amazing! And of course, we have our categories of Doom, mixed with working, shiny sounds, controls, and Fuden. So, let's kick this off. This game just completely blow your mind, Ven?
That was my mind being blown, J-Man. Alright, made with the working, what did you run it on, Ven, you might ask? On the Ubuntu 1404 LTS, 980 powered, 4K displayed, with 8 gigajoules of RAM. Stick with me, this is going to be the important part. So...
Wait, how much swap do you have, by the way?
You just got 6 gigs. And we'll get to that in a minute. Well, let's just go ahead and say this. Some days I do genuinely wonder, because I've gotten a lot of static. It's like, why do you have a swap file? And I genuinely have questioned myself about that several, times, and maybe even Thursday I was thinking about it. But turns out Thursday was definitely not that day, because me and J-Man, we knew it had a little bit of memory leak, and a lot of people were saying around level 10 or 11, it would actually nope on you, and that was a common thing. But in 12 minutes, we'd set up, we get the multiplayer, and we're just idling, like, okay, maybe. Then I hear J-Man's audio breaking up over the conversation. Then it goes, shit. Boom, get top open, see J-Man drop. His computer nopes. And I caught it at 7.8 gigajoules of memory, and it was already hitting the swap. Just at idle at the multiplayer screen, I was able to kill it. Didn't note my box. Swap file. Ladies and gentlemen, YOLO. So if it makes with a working, I'm going to give this business one mothering chair, because that's bad juju.
Oh yeah, no. When you buy a piece of software like a video game, you expect that it actually runs and was coded properly and is not a giant memory leak that just calculates prime numbers and sticks them in heat memory and then doesn't clean them out. I mean, I was just sitting there. I'm watching the frame per second counter going on the top left hand corner through a Steam overlay, and it's like I look away to look at some Reddit link or some YouTube video that Ben sent me. Look back, I'm at 1 frame a second. I'm like, oh, I remember hearing something about a memory leak. Switch to PTY. And then the machine just went completely non-responsive, at which point I had to basically reboot my computer. So, because this game is a memory leak, and because you can't follow perfectly good programming practices, that avoids this exact scenario, I'm going to give this 1 chair.
Yeah. Pretty much the exact same thing for me.
I should bring up, this is a hex core system, an AMD 1090Ti running with 16 gigs of RAM, and it ate all of them.
Every single one, yeah. On the Amiga, I have 8 gigs of RAM. On the FX 8370E and the GTX 970 Strix, which I used to be proud of. Now, not so much. But yeah, there is very much a memory leak. Certain levels just outright crash the game.
You don't have to worry about it now with the Strix, because it'll just not work.
But yeah, you can sort of work around it by adding LC underscore all equals C percentage command percentage to the run options on Steam. It'll stop it from doing that stupid memory chugging kind of thing that it's doing. I honestly couldn't be arsed to run it through GDB. I think my computer would probably catch fire at that point. So yeah, for me, 1 chair.
All right. So this is actually a first. I don't think we've ever had one chair for mix with the working. So there you go. Up next, shiny and sounds.
All right. The shinies are about what you expect with this lot. I mean, trust me, every one of these screenshots are lies. It doesn't. Well, that's about accurate. It's not lighted all that well. And it looks like a PS3 game that was like maybe designed for like a 480p display. Some business like that.
Perhaps.
Yeah, nothing that's really going to blow your eye pussies out of your brain meats. So, let's talk about sounds. Wow. I did not... These other two heathens, they're going to talk about static. I didn't get the static. I got the full experience of the glorious sounds of...
I didn't know they licensed Nickelback for this game.
I know, right? That's it. I mean, it's like laughable. And I think P-Man will describe it better about maybe how they recorded that. But it's like, what? Really? I just muted it. Even on our players, fortunately, I muted it for us, but I kept it in there so you'll be able to get all that glory when we release that later on. But
in between the haggard screams of agony.
That's better sounds than this game could ever possibly fucking deliver. But there were sounds, and it had visuals, and the visuals were not corrupted. So I'm forced to give it 2 chairs out of principle, J-Man.
Oh yeah, I had like full on Unity buffer underrun crap with the sound. And it would just not go away. Normally with most games, if I just wait it out, Pulse Audio will get its shit together and realize, oh, I'm supposed to output noise, not static. But you gotta love the resolution options in this game and the video options, of which there are 0. At least they did not go with the default Unity screen of configuration.
Brad,
but
you could just stretch that screen.
Yeah, what they provided is fairly lacking in terms of, any configurable options. Plus, you don't have any resolution options. It just stretches. And so that ends up looking super good on your 1080p display. Oh, yeah. And, of course, what music I could hear over Ven's system was just kind of meh. But it does show up on the screen, so I gotta give it 2 chairs for that, at least.
Yeah, on the technicality that 1 chair means that it does not work at all. You can't see a damn thing. You probably can't hear anything either. Which, after playing this game, I kind of wish I couldn't hear it because the sound cackles and pops like crazy. It's horrible. It wasn't even an underrun because the moment I started hearing it, I'm like, is that Pulse Audio acting up? I opened up Pafu control. No, the stream's stable. It's not crashing and coming back at like the underruns usually do. And it is using Pulse, not the Also plugin, so what the hell? The bike sounds... It sounds like someone recorded the engine noise with a freaking 12 kilobit per second cell phone. It's
It's
really,
just any given
really
trip to
bad.
Pedro's bathroom on a loop.
Yeah, pretty much. And the music is like a 30-second song for each of the stages on a loop. Literally. It's horrible. And at some points, it doesn't even loop. It just stops. And all of a sudden, it's quiet now. I can still hear the stupidly low-quality engine, but it's quiet. And the graphics, well, they're about as stock Unity graphics get. So again, on the technicality, 2 chairs.
Yeah, 2 chairs for shiny and sounds. And now, control. And we get to see what kind of physics or what kind of laws of physics govern in a place where the gravitational constant is much, much lower. Ben, care to elaborate?
It's the gravitational constant of YOLO. Here's the thing. I first loaded this up. Second, I started and I was like, oh, I remember this game when it was called X-Moto. True story. Because it basically ripped the controls out of that. And X-Moto predates this game, which was originally released on the PS3. with controller organ support. But I played with this and I realized this is like fuck you because that's why controls. They're intentionally fucked. And it's like a fuck you physics type. Just okay. I was angry at first, but since they sent us the keys, I was like, I'm going to play this for a little bit. And I was like, all right. I see how this make people angry. And
you can totally see that on the players.
Yeah, well, when we release that, you'll love it. But yeah, I got it. I think they're solid for a keyboard, and I actually would have given this 4 fucking chairs if it had worked with a controller organ, because this would be a brilliant party game. Plus, you would have something in your hand to either bludgeon your opponent or yourself, if need be, at that particular time. So, being the heretic of the bunch here, I'm going to give this one a solid 3 on the controls.
Oh man, that's incredibly generous, man. I have to say, yeah, no, maybe I have to agree with you. Maybe controller support could have saved it, but we'll never know. Needless to say, the controls, based on the physics of this game, the controls just don't work. Just holding down the left button accelerates you too fast to go through 90% of the obstacles. So you're going with this weird sort of finger walking activity on the up and down arrows so that you can get to the right speed. And if you're not tilted the exact right way using the left and right arrows, you're just going to either fall on your head and...
Hashtag barrel.
I like how when you fall on your back, the rider just sort of lies down and just has the most defeated look on. Just like, oh, fuck it. It's brilliant. And you're going to see that a lot. Just because the controls facilitate that. They're complete garbage. Yeah, I don't know. I have to give this 1 chair on just the principle. I would give it 2 because they actually do work as described, but dear God, they just don't work.
Yeah, here's the thing. Dear baKno games, you see, when interfacing with a PC, you use these to navigate around the interface. It's a mouse. It's what they're called. Usually, when you're dealing with a PC, you're not using one of these, touch screens as they're called. You're not using those.
Totally saw your grinder app.
Are you meeting some nice gentlemen on there?
UI design is not just about making the graphics look pretty. It's about making the UI itself usable, which yours is not. You have to navigate through some fucking confusing menus to even do
getting
anything.
Multiplayer requires a leap of faith and random clicking.
Yeah. And
it requires
it's horrible.
It's
really, really horrible. And you guys already mentioned it. There are keyboard controls, and they do have both WASD and the directional arrows mapped. Okay, so let's say I want the reset button on something closer to the arrows or WASD, and I want to remap them. Nope, not getting it. No remappable keys. 1 fucking chair.
All right, so that's 1 whole... No, that's 2 chairs for... Wait,
that's just the
that's
one.
1 chair for control. And up next, and up last is Fun. Ben, did you enjoy yourself?
If it wasn't for that
just cut to the point in the players where you're just screaming.
Actually, it was a good run of being like, Brad, no, Brad, come on, Brad, live for me, Brad, you have it in you, Brad, come on. And he finally landed. Yes. If it wasn't for the massive memory leak of fuck you, that's why, that you don't know when that's going to nope your box or your mate's box. And I would say maybe, I could give this 3 chairs of fun because it is frustrating as fuck all. You need somebody that you can scream back and forwards with. Split screen showing the progression of both would have been better because the shadow thing is like jerk, 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 jerk. You don't really get the fulfillment of watching somebody else get curb stomped by the physics in this game as fluidly as one might like. But it is always interesting to watch both shadows pile into a ball of nope right there next to each other at the same point. That's kind of interesting. Again, if they had added, support for your controller organ, I would have been good with that. Steambox game. party game, something like that. But they didn't. At the end of the day, take that shot. I'm going to say, for the price, and maybe if they fix that multiplayer thing, but even if you're willing to risk that, you can get 2 chairs worth of fun out of this nonsense of a game. So that's what I give it.
You might be able to do that. I didn't see that at any point in the 20 minutes I spent playing and the other 40 minutes I spent trying to mitigate memory consumption on my system. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this game anymore. Literally, my exasperated automatopoeias from the players compose my entire opinion of this game. It's just terrible. It's awful. Maybe split screen would have helped out so you could like see your friends fail as you're sort of waiting for yourself to respawn. Maybe if they actually had decent collision detection and like grazing one of these razor blades does not remove your entire motor capabilities. There's just so many maybes about if the game did this and this and this, it might have been redeemable, but it didn't, Brad. So it's just terrible. It's awful. Do not pay money for this. Do not pay 75 cents on the Google Play Store for this. Just put it away. Just back off. Back off. Leave it in the woods. Douse some trees in gasoline, throw a match, and then hopefully Smokey the Bear will find it and die from just terrible gameplay. I don't even know where I'm going with this. This game sucks. 1 chair.
Yeah, okay. I got this game. It showed up on Steam. I'm like, okay, it looks kind of like ass, but hey, it's a Trials game, and there is no Trials for Linux, so yeah, let's give it a bash. I started playing around level 7, level 8. I was getting so frustrated that I couldn't get past a certain point, and I just lost it. I literally lost my shit. I started laughing maniacally, and whenever the rider just fell from some stupid physics fuck up, because there are a lot of those, I just laugh maniacally. So I guess it's not all bad if it managed to make me look like even more of an insane person than usual. It can't be all that bad, but like Jordan already said, it actually is that bad. But for me, hey, it got me to laugh. 2 chairs.
That's kind of like saying Battlefield Earth isn't a bad movie per se. I mean, I laughed at points of it.
Kinda, yeah.
You know, testicular cancer isn't that bad. I only have to lose 1 genital. That's
but that doesn't make me laugh, though. That doesn't count.
That's 1 chair for fun. And we get our first 1 chair game in a while for the chair acquisition.
First
so we're going to
chair
feed
game
the
of
chair
2015.
hounds, and they're going to have their way with the rotting corpse of Motorbike.
Well, I guess saying it's like cancer, but it's the good type of cancer. Still cancer, though. I don't think
it's the kind of brain cancer that pushes in the back of your brain and makes you giggle.